Hi, this is Erin from Blossy Bee. Welcome to my channel. The plan for this video is to cast a mould that I've had for a while that is a bit of a mystery to me. I'm going to use fast cure polyurethane resin and gorgeous metallic pigment pastes. This is going to be short and sweet, so why don't I dedicate this to all the 5 feet and under club out there. Let me know in the comments if this one's going out to you. So I've only got one little thing I wanted to really make today, and it's this mould. Now it looks like a lizard or a chameleon through the outside. It's not really a mystery mould, but for some reason I bought it and I never made it. So I've decided I'm going to use these metallic pigment pastes from Solid Solutions, and I've got Majestic Sun, Flash Jade, then this one is Lilac, and then lastly I've got Petal Pink. And I'm going to use polyurethane resin, and I'm going to try and attempt to do 4 colours. Now, if anyone's clicking their tongue in disapproval, you're right to do that. It's a lot. Anyway, look, I wanted to see what would happen. So this is the polyurethane resin, also from Solid Solutions. Now it is meant to be 1:1 by volume. I'm being naughty here and I'm using scales because I've got very familiar with the product. I'm measuring out part B. I'm just making about 45 grams, and I'm going to do 4 cups of the part B, and then I'll start adding in the pigment pastes. I love how heavily pigmented these pastes are, and the fact that they're metallic and give you that extra shine, just beautiful. I'm a little bit concerned that they might be wasted on this mould because I'm pretty sure this mould's going to end up matte, but I like playing with these pigment pastes, so that's okay. The pigment pastes work really beautiful with the polyurethane resin. They mix in really easily. The only thing I need to do is to scrape off the little bit of pigment paste left on the first stick that I used to scoop it out, and then I'll get a fresh stick and just get in there and make sure it's all blended really well. Now this mould, I'm pretty sure I got it from Temu, and if I can find a link to it, I definitely will. And I've got no idea why. I just had it tucked away and I looked at it and thought, oh gosh, I need to be doing that. Now I've poured the polyurethane resin part A into a cup just because I've got very full jugs of this product at the moment, and it can get quite messy if you aren't careful when you're pouring it. Not that I'm not careful, it's just, you know, it spills. I almost couldn't believe it. I poured pretty much exactly what I needed into the cup, so yay! If you haven't used polyurethane resin before, it's a very rapid setting resin. It's approximately 15 to 20 minute cure time, and when you're mixing it, the reason I mentioned at the beginning that it's sort of tough ask what I'm about to do of the product, and stressful for myself, because you have maybe 60 seconds or so to mix once you have added part A and part B together. Now, if you weren't colouring this, it will naturally cure in a cream to white colour. There are ways of slowing down the curing process, and they mainly involve keeping the to part A and part B quite cool. But look, you're not talking about extending it more than a minute or so. It is a very rapid curing product, and you will feel it starting to warm up in your hand. So I'm just going to start pouring very haphazardly. This is not like an epoxy resin where you can add something like Elmer's glue to thicken it. If you waited until this was thicker, you would not be able to pour it. And it's just the nature of the beast. So there's no way of knowing whether these will, blend or just turn to brown. Now that little piece inside here has got me absolutely bamboozled. I don't know what it's for. It's not round like you would expect to see in a planter, and it's not sort of a shape that you'd expect to see in like a note card holder or something. Who knows? We won't know until it's demolded. I'm just using this gorgeous silicone mold of different sea creatures to use up the excess polyurethane resin. I've never poured this mold before, so this is the first time I'm actually seeing these, and I'm hoping they'll be sort of pretty. By now, this is really heating up and getting very thick, and in fact, some of them are, struggling to come out. You can see there where I poured, the little dent made just stays there. So this has been pushed to the nth degree. It's pretty much unpourable now, but I'm really happy with what I got done. And of course, the wonderful thing is 20 minutes later, here I am demolding. So let's first have a look at these sea creatures. And I wish I'd thought more about that turtle, because I can just see the possibilities of those marks on his back there. And the others are all super cute too. I'm not going to finish these off today because I've got other plans for them. Let's have a look at what we've got. You'll see that the colours are very muted. Two reasons for that. One is being a matte mould, you're not getting that glossy appearance. And the other thing is it cures to a white, a cream colour. And I'm just in love. I still don't really know what that gap is. Can you let me know in the comments what your ideas are? I'm thinking it could be a phone holder, if it was big enough for your phone, or a little pen holder, or makeup brushes. He's just beautiful. He is so gorgeous. And he's sort of sitting on a rock with flowers and leaves. And I just, he's just so gorgeous. I'm wondering now what he'd look like too if I do him in EcoCast. And now, though, I'm going to be focusing on zhuzhing him up a little bit. So what I've noticed is that the lighter colours are very light. So I've got out, it feels like all the things, I've got out a whole lot of different chrome powders, and I thought I'd just try dry brushing these on and see what sort of effect I can get. Now, this gets very messy, so just giving you a little warning in advance. I end up covered in everything, but that's okay. I had a lot of fun. So I've discovered that yes, you can dry brush these fine chrome or holographic powders onto polyurethane resin. They do need sealing, so I did at the end give this a light spray with a Rust-Oleum matte, and to protect everything. And yeah, I'll just do a little fast forward because it just went a little bit crazy. You'll also see that I've got some dual-tipped oil markers there. These are just Anko brand, and I'm deciding to use those because in my experience they adhere really well to polyurethane resin, and I love the brush tip. And so I'm looking for a green now to do the gorgeous eyes. I'm not looking for realism or anything. I'm just looking to highlight different features of the cast piece. So I did give him a little pedicure. So his feet have got little cute toenails, and I went over some of the ridges on his head, and then I'm just doing the little plants that are on the side and putting in some textured highlights here and there. So I had a lot of fun with this little fellow, and I did do the pupils black, and then I got some UV resin and just did the tiniest drop onto the black and cured it with my little torch, and they then really stand out because I know Chameleon's eyes do really stand out. And as I said, I'm excited to see what it looks like in an eco casting powder and also in an epoxy resin where I can get some really intense flash sort of colours, because I think being a chameleon lends itself to that. But my wondering is over. I know what it is now. I'm not quite sure what the slot in the back is for. I'll show you some photos in a moment, and it's interesting because I asked ChatGPT to set it in a background, and in the second one to sort of style it a little bit, and it put like air plants in the back, and I said, oh, okay, that works for me. I think that looks great. So as I said, I'd be really interested to see what you think in the comments. I really appreciate you spending this time with me, and I love crafting with you and hearing about your pieces that you're making as well. I also love answering any questions you may have, so keep it coming. Here's our little chameleon after he's been all zhuzhed up and looking very pretty. This is a background that ChatGPT placed him in, and I think that's really cute. And then, as I mentioned, I asked ChatGPT to style him. And look at these little air plants in a little magical, whimsical garden. So, really happy with that. I did want to give you an update today. My video normally goes out at 9 a.m. Friday, Australian time, but I was so close to hitting my 100Ks, so I wanted to wait until I had that under my belt, and yay! So in June, I have pledged to walk 100 kilometres for people impacted by breast cancer, and I have reached my goal today. So excited because I've got a lot more days in the month, and I'm really keen to see what I could do. So thank you for your support with that. And if you would like to make a donation to this really worthwhile cause, I'll leave a link in the description box. I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.